If you're watching us live on screen, don't worry, we're not going to start singing. No, this is Wez's evening. This evening is all about the album that Wez has been putting together. It's his first solo studio album. And as you mentioned at the start of the show, it's been a lot of content from a lot of years and a lot of thought for quite some time, but you've basically, in the last 6 months, written it, produced it, put it all together. And tonight you get an exclusive. He's mixed it all together and he's going to tell us a little bit more about it throughout the mix. Would you like to say a little bit where it's available right now?
Yeah. It's available right now on Bandcamp, and it's on all major platforms tomorrow. This album is obviously, I was saying, been working on it for the last 6 months, at the back end of last year actually. And I might as well just get my thank yous in now while I'm there. First want to thank Paradise Worldwide Distribution for allowing us to put it out through the DFix channel. So it's getting the same distribution as the DFix material, so I'm thankful for that. Secondly, I want to thank the artwork by Mr. Lee, my good friend Lee Hall, who custom designed all my tattoos. He's had some crazy requests over the years from me, so it was only right that he did my album cover, and I'm very thankful for that. And lastly, thank my wife for putting up with us doing this album for the last 6 months of last year while we were moving house, and not taking my head off. So yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, that's all my thank yous. This album, it started with these crazy tunes and concepts that I had. Couldn't find a home for them, and just started to build up, and it just naturally turned into an album. Just wasn't contrived at all. These just come together like this. It's just a little glimpse into the little weird little world that I live in.
Yes, it's going to be a true flavour of the musical wizard Wez BK. So if you don't already, get yourself on Bandcamp, follow Wez BK, you'll find this album. It's available for a very cheap price of £10 with a little VAT added on. But if you're prepared to spend a little bit more, Wez has put a special bundle together, which is his previous album, Cosmic Journey, and a few little extras as well, a few goodies in there. Wonky springs to mind. Take a look, you'll not be disappointed. I think we should get started. This first track here, the opening track, is called Oh Hell. I'll just let him explain.
Well, yeah, Oh Hell, it's the intro track for the album. It's just basically about the English language and the idiosyncrasies and irregularities in the English language. Like, if you're not a primary English-speaking person, you'll know that English language is very difficult to learn, and it's basically because there's only 26 letters and there's 43 speech sounds, so we borrow a lot from other languages and dialect and slang and all that as well. Yeah, and that's like in that there's a lot of made-up stuff like incantations and spells and stuff that enact things, and that's basically what this track's about. It's just an opener, just to make you think.
First track, Oh Hell.
Our most prevalent greeting to each other is hello. the reverse of which is, oh hell, oh hell, oh hell. Our most prevalent greeting to each other is hello, the reverse of which is, oh hell, oh hell, oh hell.
Big shout to Gary Farmer and Jason Merle as well, so good to be with us. And you're here in time for Wez's OPTiCS album. World exclusive this evening, folks. Called Taking Pictures in opener. So the second track on the album is Fundamentally Awake, and knowing Wez, there's a lot of meaning behind this one, with a beginning in Buddhism.
Yeah, this track come to us with a lot of Buddhism stuff. Come to us. I had a serious car accident in 2018 where I had a near-death experience, and the Buddhism stuff started really appeal to us. The sample here, it's talking about the point where you reach enlightenment, which path you take in Buddhism. Past that, you either become the arhat, which is like you become dedicated to the teachings of Buddha in inner contentment, or you become the bodhisattva, and you put off entering paradise to help others attain enlightenment. It's just basically like I really like the concept of that, and that's what this track's about. Fundamentally awake.
I said it had deep meaning. Enjoyed this, folks.
You are fundamentally awake, right? And then the traditions run with that awakeness. What does that awakeness mean? What does that awakeness mean? What does that awakeness mean? It means you see through the myth of your evaluating. It means you see directly through your ego. You see the ego as a fundamental process, fundamental process, fundamental process, fundamental process. You are. And that's a humbling place. That's not some narcissistic, arrogant, I'm awake place. Right? It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is who I am, this is who I am, and then what? This is who I am, this is who I am. And then do you become the arhat? Do you inflate? Or do you deflate, become the bodhisattva? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
So, the title track of this album, OPTiCS, tell us.
Yeah, this next one coming in is called OPTiCS. It's like Bryce says, it's the title track. It's a term recently coined by the QAnon conspiracy group regarding staged global events, but this track is actually about the rapid rate of evolution of technology over the years, and how such a big jump. When you look back, the people in the history would be like amazed with the advances that we've made. So like makes you think of what is going to amaze us in the future in the advancements. The sample is by one of my favourite theoretical physicists, Michio Kaku. He's a really quirky guy. Go look him up online. And I love his theories.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from divinity. By the year 2100, we will have the power of the gods. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from divinity. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from divinity.
OPTiCS.
So this next track of the album is called Future. So with the wonderfully wizard of Wez, I nearly got that right. If you're in charge of the controls, where are we going in the future?
This track is basically about deepfakes. The sample is Tony Wilson. He's the late Tony Wilson, bless him. He was like one of the guys behind Factory Records who basically signed Joy Division, New Order, Happy Mondays. Plus, he was one of the guys behind the Hacienda Club. And his ethos on the music industry is exactly the same as what mine and Cole's is when we started off Defix. We're just going to do our own thing, and just run with it and enjoy it. More importantly, and that's basically what he's talking about in this sample and the track. Wanted to reflect it just to be like the drive and pounding forward that we do, and that's what this track's about. Future, right? Say, hey, you gotta look back, but you always gotta be marching forward as well.
It's in doing it you find out. So you do it. You do what you want to do, you know, and let's do this. And in doing it, you find out why you did it. And, you know, we did it because we bloody loved music, and it made a statement about the fact that you don't have to behave and do this and do that. And for a while, you don't have to promote, and in other ways, you don't have to go the same. So, but you discover that by doing it. You do what you want to do. 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 You do what you want to do.
Yes, that last track definitely had the Wez stomp to it. This next one here is Tiny Mechanical Machine. Tiny Biological Machine. Not the mechanical one. That's coming next. You're talking about us, humans.
Yeah, Tiny Biological Machine. It's basically about the human body and the subconscious functions that our body does. Basically keep us alive, and the marvel of the human body that we've evolved to have consciousness and speech and all these fun things that we've got. But yeah, this track I try to capture loads of different musical elements to illustrate the different functions that our body's doing at the same time. Like your heartbeat, your digestive system, all these, your blood flow and everything, your breathing, all these things that are occurring while you're thinking about, I don't know, toast or or making a track, yeah. But yeah, this track's just a little bit of fun, trying different elements, different percussion elements. And I will give a big thank you to Jason Mill, because there was this slap bass line, and he was like, you need to add a bit of reverb there. And I did exactly what he said, and it sounds great. So thanks to Jason Mill.
So yes, Tiny Biological Machine. Give it up for Wez. And please share it up as well. Please get it on all the platforms. Bring it to your friends.
Within each of our brains, the combined activity of many billions of neurons, each one a tiny biological machine, is generating a conscious experience. And not just any conscious experience, your conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience. Tiny biological machine right here and right now. Right here and right now. Somehow, within each of our brains, the combined activity of many billions of neurons, each one a tiny biological machine, is generating a conscious experience. And not just any conscious experience, your conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience, conscious experience, tiny biological machine right here and right now. Right here, right now.
So the subject of this next track, something that we're both very much interested in, but Wes has an awful lot more knowledge than I do. The track is They Made Us. Who is that?
This track is about my belief that it's the ancient astronaut thing, that aliens came along and had interrupted our DNA at some point, basically affected the apes, and it's beautifully described by this lovely lady called Dolores Cannon, who was a hypnotherapist in the USA, and she worked as a past life regression hypnotherapist, and she basically got involved with the alien abduction phenomenon. And from that, she was basically talking to the aliens through these alien abduction victims. So really look her up. This track's basically about the missing link and how we've been unable to find this missing link, this missing part of our DNA history. And it really draws attention to Francis Crick, who was a molecular biologist who discovered the DNA. And he said that basically for us to climb out of the primordial soup and get to where we are now, it would be like a tornado passing through a junkyard and assembling a 747 jet. So it's definitely, we've been helped along somewhere along the line, and this track's basically about that. There's evidence everywhere, and that's where we got Brian into the ancient alien stuff, and so yeah, and this basically what the artwork on the album and stuff is based on. It's based on this track, so hope you enjoy it. And the lady's name's Dolores Cannon.
Some of the important information that they gave me that we needed to understand was about the seeding of the planet Earth. And a lot of people have trouble with this because they think that where is God in this whole picture? But they say this is the way life has been done throughout the universe. Life is never allowed to just simply spontaneously develop. If it did, it would be very chaotic. And to produce a thinking, intelligent human being would have taken millions more years if it was happening by normal evolution than it would have taken. And it would still not have gotten to the point we are now. We are now. We are now. We are now. And they said they do this because this is the way they were created, by what they call the archaic ones, the ones from the very beginning, have been doing this forever. So they chose the ape because it had the greatest brain capacity when they began to manipulate the DNA to eventually turn it into a human being. And they said you will never find the missing link because there isn't any.
This one's got the funk. It's called OPTiCS of Funk. Tell us about this one, Wez.
It's OPTiCS of Funk. It's the 70. It's based on the jack. The jazz funk movement, the 70s and 80s. Most notably Herbie Hancock. Love Herbie Hancock's stuff. Like basically, this whole album was like inspired by like his funky bass lines and the way he presented them. So go look up Herbie Hancock. Big inspiration in the jazz funk movement. He's basically like the Quincy Jones of the jazz movement at the time. He's absolutely everything he did was fire. And this is just like a little homage to him. And the whole album, really all the subby bass lines and that on the right are also his style.
You You're just trying to get round me, aren't you?
Please, you're flattering me.
Architect.
Funk.
And I get this is Cole's favourite one as well, so I'm buzzing.
Architect.
Funk.
Architect.
Funk.
Architect.
You're just trying to get round me, aren't you?
Please, you're flattering me.
Architect.
Funk.
Architect.
Funk.
Architect.
Funk.
Architect.
Funk.
Architect.
Funk.
So this next track here, it's called a Rude Boy. And Wes was telling me a bit about this earlier on. Brilliant story. With a twist that you wouldn't believe. So, Wes, Rude Boy, a name of yours?
Yeah, it's got a crazy story attached to this one. I started a new job up on Gateshead High Street, up here in the northeast. And anyone knows the place, it's a pretty wild place. And first day on the job, I was outside having a cigarette, standing in the street. Didn't realise that there's actually a mosque at the bottom of the road. And at a certain time, all the Muslim guys come marching down towards the mosque. And obviously me, totally unaware, was totally blocking the path. And one of the Muslim guys like, "Oi, rude boy, get out of the way." And we just erupted in laughter. And like every day when we see them going down to the mosque, that same Muslim guy used to go, "Yeah, you alright, rude boy?" And it just stuck. So basically, rude boy means it was a term that was associated with delinquents in Jamaica in the 60s, which I think is a little bit appropriate. Any notable sample was the one that's just played there. You might recognise it from somewhere. It's a sample from Jay-Z's Friend or Foe track, which is one of Jay-Z's really old tracks. But yeah, and this is just like a little homage to that rude boy image that I've got.
This next track coming in here, it's called Make No Mistake, and it begins with Idiocracy.
Yeah, if you've ever seen the movie Idiocracy, this is what this track's about. It's about basically us devolving through our reliance on tech and just sheer laziness. And you'll see it every day when you walk outside. Like, we're getting stupider. It really, really are. And this sample is basically about that.
Your idea is that the population's going to get smarter.
I thought of the film Wall-E. Remember what all the humans look like there?
if I'm wrong, and I'd love to be wrong, but if your attitude or your idea is that the population's going to get smarter, healthier, and more adept at problem solving, you're on fucking crack.
Now I like the title of this next one. It's I, spelt in two different ways, and that's what the whole track is about. Tell us.
Yeah, I. It's a Geordie play on words, because we say I for yes, and I. Yeah, so we've got I, yes, I. So, and it also means like it's the nautical double tap, you know, like I captain. It's also about the eye of Providence, like the symbolism using the eye that's been used throughout history, for good and bad. It's also about the spiritual eye, what we talked about in Fundamentally Awake, one of the earlier tracks, about being in the seat of spiritual awakening. And like I've actually got the eye of Providence on my hand tattooed for that exact reason. It's about seeing beyond the physical world.
The one thing that seems to compete with the idea of the spoken word as the source of the extraction of habitable order from chaos is the I. The I. The I.
For the last track of the album, this one is your closing track, and it's got a good meaning behind this. The track is called Curvy.
Yeah, this is a closing track. It's Jack and Jazz. That Cole was saying that he likes when I do this sort of thing. It's super quirky. The sample is taken from Carl Sagan and his excellent TV program. I've got the box set called Cosmos. Absolutely love Carl Sagan. Well, he's the OG, the physicist, and he's talking about space being curved. And you know, like us being Geordies, curved doesn't sound good, but curvy. When we say curvy, it's more Geordie, isn't it? And it's the last track, so it's technically the bum of the album. And I like curvy bums, so that's all I'll say on that one.
What better way to finish off the album? But we haven't finished the show.
Discussing the large-scale structure of the cosmos, astronomers sometimes say that space is curved. Discussing the large-scale structure of the cosmos, astronomers sometimes say that space is curved. Discussing the large-scale structure of the cosmos, astronomers sometimes say that space is curved.
So there it was, curvy. As he said, it works well with the Geordie accent. And I think that album worked very well as too. That was amazing. I truly believe you're going to love that. So get yourself there on Bandcamp. It's out now. Or it's out tomorrow on all the other platforms. Tracksource, Beatport, Spotify. That's a real treat. Thank you very much for that, Wez. Did you enjoy that? Because I know it's not easy to put your heart and soul into something and then throw it out there for the world to critique.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in, listening to this album. Yeah, it is difficult to put an album together, period. Especially if it's quirky and stuff like that, you know, it's no easy task, and I take my hat off to anybody who's attempted it and doing it, you know. But yeah, it's just, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, you'll just carve your own path.
Quirky. That just about sums up the musical wizard, but it absolutely delivered in the music. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Please, as he said, it's not easy putting an album together, and the people deserve applause. So, applause to you, Wez. Give it up for Wez BK. But we're not finished yet. We're going to close out with a new track from Wez. Is this one out yet, or soon to be released? Track next week. A track called Pure.
Yeah, sneak this track. It's my next release on OPTiCS. It's a track called Pure. I sampled Freddie Mercury in this track. Freddie came back into my life. He was a big influence in my childhood, and my wife is a big fan. And just recently she got us watching all the documentaries, and I was just like, wow, his energy, man, was so pure. And it just captured us, and this track was just, it's like a homage to him. It's quite a minimal track, and it's quite pure elements that I tried to capture, and it was perfect for OPTiCS.
me, happiness is the most important thing. And if I'm happy, then it shows in my work. 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 I mean, that's not the be-all and the end-all. 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 To me, happiness is the most important thing. And if I'm happy, then it shows in my work. It shows in my work. It shows in my work.
Wow, what a special night that was. Wez BK, hats off to you, sir. Absolutely top work there. And thank you all so much for being with us in the show, and I'm sure you're all going to go out there and support him. Cologne, that was a brilliant set you started the show with earlier. We've had just the three of us in here tonight, but we're hoping that you've all enjoyed yourself at home. Big shout to all our friends and listeners. We thank and love you so much for your support. Big shout out to our NDC listeners as well. And we look forward to seeing you next week. We love you all. Bye bye.